Hello everyone, welcome to this complete Google Cloud Platform learning series. Before we start learning GCP, I want to tell you why I have decided to create this learning platform. Today, lots of contents is available on YouTube, Udemy, online courses, blogs, and documentaries. But the major problem which I found, most of the content is not properly structured, not connected in sequence, not explained in deep details, focused only on the certifications or only few services. And what they do, they explain the services and do 2 to 3 examples, and then that services is completed. So that kind of the content is not making you expert in that service. Missing real-time scenarios here, how it is implemented or how it is being used in the IT industry. So many people learn service overview only, but they do not understand why the service exists, when to use it, how the companies use it in the real projects, architects behind it, what is the limitations of these services, how to troubleshoot these services, optimization, real-time scenarios. These are the things completely missing, or if it is available over the online platform, then these are the scattered. So what the thought came to my mind, let us create one series which makes you expert in the Google Cloud platform. And because of this, many students complete courses but struggle in interviews. They they struggle to implement the services in the real scenarios. They struggle in the project work. They struggle to implement the real in the real IT industry environment. So I thought, using my industry experience, I should create a learning series which explains not only what is the GCP services, but also it should explain how it works internally, where it should be used, why it should be used, practical scenarios there, practical exercises. For each services, you should have at least 10 to 20 practical scenarios which you do yourself. You will gain the confidence. You will also get some proof of concepts, POCs. You will implement yourself. You will understand the architecture, understanding behind each and every services, not only the GCP. You will also get some real world scenarios here. So the thing is, the total idea to create this series on one platform, you will get each and everything related to the Google Cloud platform. So what are the things I'm going to cover in this series? I will explain now. So first thing, why the cloud came into the picture. There was some loopholes or some problems in the older scenarios. Then cloud came into the picture. So this I will explain in deep, like how the virtual machines are created, what is the logic behind to create the virtual machines, what is the hypervisor, how the you select the RAM, memory, storage, PCP, everything I will cover in details. And high scalability, elasticity, like you, I will also explain which cloud, how they charge, how your billing is managed, how their global infrastructure is managed, basically into the regions and zones, how how your maintenance will be reduced there, how you can make your deployments the faster deployment. Then I will cover what are the types of the cloud. So there are basically four types of the cloud there: public, private, and hybrid, and multi-cloud there. Then I will explain what are the cloud services there. So infrastructure as a services, platform as a services, and software as a services. Then I will, this is a more important topic. billing. So whenever you are going to use any cloud platform, you should understand for using which service how much billing will be there. It is similar like you have one electricity connection in your house, then you have to use each and every electric equipment wisely in the system. So for example, if you are keeping on your AC for all time, your billing will be high. Or if you are keeping all the fans, all the lights, fridge, AC, everything and on, and you are going to the office, but no one is using those services in your house, or you can say AC, fan, fridge, everything, or even though after that also your billing will be continuous, it will not stop. No one will from the electricity board come and switch off your AC or like fan, whatever you are using. So same thing is happening in the cloud also. If you have created one services and if you are keep running, your billing will be keep increasing. So I will also explain how we can control the billings there. Next services we will cover IAM, identity access management. How you can secure your infra, how you can secure your services, how you can secure your data. So we will go in deep for the identity and access management. Then I will cover two compute services here. One is the compute engine, another is the Kubernetes engine. So compute engine, how to create a virtual machine. What is the analogy behind the compute engine, how it is created? So when you submit the request to create a one virtual machine, what is the functionality behind it? It is working, like how this hypervisor it is working, which hypervisor is being used by the Google Cloud Platform. Then we will come to the Google storage services, like what is the GCS bucket. So cloud storage, how you push your data or whatever the files you have in your on-prem or on your local machine, how to push onto the Google Cloud, or you can say the storage bucket. I will also explain the persistent disk. Persistent disk is nothing like you have a hard disk in your laptop or desktop. We will also cover file store, backup, and DR. Then we will move to the data analytics services. This data analytics services is very important from data engineering point of view. So you have many types of the data in the market available. So how you to store and how you can apply the analytics on those on that data. So how you can bring and transform and store that data into the GCP. So BigQuery is a kind of a data warehouse services. So in BigQuery, we will not only learn how to create a data set, how to create a table, we will go in deep. First, we will understand the architecture of the BigQuery, how the query is executed. So if you understand how the query is executed, then you will understand how we can save the cost by running the query here. What is the method? What is the functionality which can help you to keep your billing low? And there are 17 to 15 to 17 topics under the BigQuery, like you can transfer the data from GCS to BigQuery. You can create a data set, you can create a table, you can create the partition, user defined function, array. There are many things. Data form, BI engine, many things are there in BigQuery. You can how you can secure your tables, how you can secure your views, what is the materialized view. Everything I will cover in deep. Then pops up how it is a messaging services. So how you one service, how a one service can transfer or send the message to another services. So based on the message, that service can take the action. DataFlow, Cloud Computer, and Apache DataFlow. If anyone who has worked on the Hadoop, more or less these are the same services in the GCP. So DataFlow is nothing but Apache Beam. Cloud Composer, it is a managed, it was a Apache Airflow. So earlier the name of this services was the Cloud Composer, but now if you go into the Google Cloud Platform or in the console, you will find this service renamed as the Managed Airflow. One more service, DataFlow. Again, it is similar service like the Apache Spark. If someone has worked on the Spark or Apache Spark, it is the same services. Like if you have your Apache Spark code onto the on-prem service, if you want to migrate, then you can use the Apache this DataFlow services. We will cover some other services like Data Fusion Looker. Looker is nothing, just a BI Studio. You can view your data in the visual format. You can create the graph or some charts there. Lakehouse. Lakehouse is nothing, just if you have your data into GCS bucket and you want to run the query, so then we can use the Lakehouse. We have other three services also: Data Catalog, Data Studio, Data Stream. Data Stream is nothing. So whenever you are making a change in a database, immediately your data should be reflected into the BigQuery or GCS. Then we will use for the Data Stream. We will go for the serverless and integration services. So Cloud Run and Cloud Functions. Earlier, Cloud Run and Cloud Function were the two different services. Now GCP has integrated these two services into one, Cloud Run Functions. So if you can write the function for some particular functionality, like you write a function into other languages, C++, Java or C# or JavaScript. So here also you can write the function. Cloud Run to it is an environment to run those functions. We will also cover the App Engine to deploy your applications. Cloud Studio to schedule the application, and Cloud Studio use the cron. So whoever is worked on the Linux, they will be aware of the cron scheduler. So this same cron scheduler has been implemented here. Same scheduling methodology has been used here. Workflow and event arc. So event arc is nothing, just whenever you have the group of the events, it will receive the events, and for which service we should pass that event, it is the functionality of, it is the task of the event arc here. Now database services. So in database services, there are 5 services here. There are many, but in this course I will cover only 5 because these are the more important services which are being used by the organizations. So Cloud SQL, we will cover there are the 3 databases. If someone has already know or they have worked on MySQL, Postgre and SQL Server, so they can easily work on the Cloud SQL services. Cloud SQL is a regional services. Then we will cover the Spanner. Spanner is a global services. I will tell you which service when we should use. Bigtable is a again NoSQL database. Firestore data store and memory store. So if you want to bring your data into memory, process it, or you want to move faster data from mission critical services, then we will use the memory store. Most important part, like if you are working in any IT organization, most important thing is if you have to verify the log. Log means something if you are running and you have to validate that it is working or implemented as your expectation. So then Google Cloud has created this observability suite: logging, monitoring, error reporting, and trace, and debug also. So these things we will cover in this course. Then it is next is a part of the CI/CD DevOps part. How you can build your code there, how you can maintain the versions of that Artifactory registry, how you can deploy, cloud deploy, and how you can restore in the code into the GitLab there. So all these services we will cover in detail. Then I will cover one service here, Vertex AI. What is the Vertex AI? So for example, if you want to create a chatbot, so chatbot will answer the data which is stored onto the backend of the chatbot. So how the chatbot will bring, whether it is a structured data or unstructured data, how you create a embedding, how you create the chunks there, and then chatbot how to handle the hallucinations, playbooks, everything will be covered into the Vertex AI, Vision AI, and speech to text AI. So these services I will cover in the AI and machine learning, but I will not go in deep, because if I go in more deep in these services, then it is a complete course of the artificial intelligence and machine learning. But what I will do, as soon as I get one services, I will cover that service in deep only. So for example, if you are working on an AI and machine learning or data engineering or DevOps, so what I will do, I will segregate these services based on the role which you are performing in your organization. So for example, if you are working as a data engineer, so for a data engineer, you should know cloud, DataFlow, DataFlow, data stream, BigQuery, PubSub, Cloud Run function. These services you know. So I will, what I will do, I will tag these services under the data engineering. So if anyone is working as a role as a data engineer, he can go and learn these services from that series. So what are the things I will cover? I have mentioned here. So if you want any other services should be covered, or I have missed any services, you can comment into the comment section, or I will give you the email ID also. You can email me on my email ID. So this is the thing that I will cover in this course. Thank you so much. I will meet you on the next thing.